Hello, this is Farel, and this is a drawing of Tad and his pal Murmur from the WRENCHIES. And from this book right here, this is the French version of the WRENCHIES, which is why it has a different cover, which has a cover that I think I like a little better. Actually, it was my original idea for the cover, was something very similar to this. And yeah, I went through a bunch of different iterations of different versions of the cover, first, second, and then we settled on the one we settled on, which is okay. I like it okay, but I like this one way better. The French really know how to do it right. Plus, the printing in this version and the Spanish version, I think, are a little better than the English version, which printed a little dark compared to the tear sheets I got. But anyway, it's, I'm happy with the way all of it came out. And this is the pencil stage, which I normally don't have pencils in these videos, these time-lapse videos, but I want to start doing this more, I think, because a couple people have asked me to see the penciling process. And also, too, it's a way to keep me a little more accountable for my time. Because if I don't have a camera on me, I can just spend forever penciling something and like getting frustrated and erasing it and redoing it. And yeah, here I'm switching to pen. There's a Faber Castell Pitt pen, size S, and it'll be in the description to this video if you want to look at the description and get your own. There might even be a link to a store, but if not, you can just Google it. Yeah, like I've said in previous videos, sometimes I get a little wrapped up in making lines, and I probably should wait to do the pen stuff after I've painted it. But I've just kind of gotten like in a habit of doing this process, and it's kind of fun for me to make marks with a pen too. So that's, I guess, sort of the challenge is like, how can I rein this? How can I have fun drawing without thinking about the color, but still thinking about color, so I don't make a bunch of unnecessary lines? Like thinking about the finished product, like what this is gonna look like with watercolor on top of it, and I don't really need to add every little wrinkle in a shirt. I don't need to use a pen for. I could just, I'll make that wrinkle with some color variations. Make the form and the shapes with using the color, which makes way more sense than just, adding lines. Because it's like the lines are just a shorthand, like a visual shorthand for people. Like, okay, I'm looking at this thing and I know there's wrinkles in the shirts because someone made a pen mark, rather than like, oh, what the wrinkle would actually look like with color, because there's not like a black line there, in real life. But yeah, so I don't know. It's still me trying to figure this out after doing this for so long. Like, I'm just trying to remind myself of all these little things. And like on the tail, on the fox, on Murmur's tail, I started to use, make the stripes with pen marks. And then I think when I got to the second one, I'm like, what am I doing? This is taking forever. I could do this in half the time, and it'll look better if I just use the watercolors. So there you can see like two of them, two of the stripes are made. But then, you see later in the video that I painted them and they look a little better. So you can see all these, this is my desk here, and you can see all these Richard Scarry books propped open and stuff. I'm working on a children's book, so I'm looking at a lot of these old kids books that I have, like Maurice Sendak and stuff. And this character Tad, I mentioned him before, but all the kid characters except for Hollis were based off this 1979 movie called Over the Edge. It's like one of my favorite movies, and when I started working on the WRENCHIES, that movie was like a really big deal to me. So I put a lot of stuff I liked from that movie in the book, including this guy who was, there's a character in that who's a mute character. He doesn't talk. I don't know why he doesn't talk, but he just doesn't. And he had these New Wave sunglasses on. So I don't know where I got the idea, but he had kind of a similar mop top too. But I changed the New Wave glasses, I think, because I didn't want to copy him entirely. So I was like, well, I'll put a Cyclops' visor from Cyclops from the X-Men. He has kind of like a similar looking visor So I don't know. That was, and also the kid in the movie made these bombs and stuff. So I a lot of times I'll have Tad holding like what looks like a pipe bomb, and yeah, I don't know. I thought, and I think too in the movie he had an older brother, and yeah, it made it. This Tad has an older brother in the Wrenchies called Jad. So yeah, that's my little story about this guy. So there's that's the finish. You could see this is the scan. The other thing was a picture, and this is the scan. So I normally don't scan these either. So I took a little more time with this video than. So you're welcome. I don't I don't know why I mentioned that, but yeah. Anyway, so thanks for watching this. If you want to subscribe to my Patreon, it's only $2 a month, and you can get commissions. You could buy this drawing too, even on there. And that's it. So thanks for watching. Bye.